The US dollar continues to fall to a level not seen since 2015. Other currencies like the Canadian dollar have risen accordingly. Remember that all currencies are floating against each other. Today, we look at a foreshadowing of an event, one which could result in a massive crash. You came here for the truth. Let's get into it right away as we compare the S&P 500 from 2017 to 1987. Now, while much time has passed since 1987, it is very clear to me that these two charts have been tracking each other precisely. And this is over a fairly long time frame here. We're looking at a year on this chart. What is the foreshadowing? Well, it's pretty obvious. We are headed for a downturn according to this 1987 line. Does that mean that there will be a crash? No. However, they've been tracking each other so well up until this point, who knows what the future will bring. So we'll keep our eyes closely peeled on this. Now, I would say that if there were some fundamentals in these markets, then this won't happen. Because the events that occurred in 1987 aren't going to occur today. But the market is traded with computer algorithms. They make up almost every single trade that takes place on a daily basis. So will they track what's happening back in 1987 or a similar event? Will they continue to track the performance that was occurring those years ago? Well, I don't know. I don't know what the computer models are telling us. All I know is that up until this point, these two charts are identical. So it's something to take note of. Let's move on here as we look at what has been happening recently. Every few months, there's a new debt ceiling fiasco. Do we shut down the government? Yes, let's shut down the government. Let's just do it. Let's do it. We have to do it. There's no way this is going to happen. And lo and behold, they completely turn 180 and everything is just fine. All you need to do is raise the debt ceiling and your problem is gone for a few months. This is occurring yet again, and it doesn't surprise me one bit. They could shut down the government. It has happened before. However, it's that's probably the way it should be anyway. They need to reduce the amount, the size of it by several times. However, that's never going to happen. So we have temporary glitches along the way. What we are looking at here is the US Treasury 10 yield, and it has not been at this level since the elections. So this is what has happened recently. It has been a slow and steady decline. You could see the staircase heading downward. The dollar index over the past couple weeks here has been declining as well. And you're looking at several events which have taken place, which have been bringing this downward. It isn't just one event, and of course every day is a different day, but you can see that this has been a downward trend. So we'll see where it goes. And this is looking at it on a longer scale, going back into 2015, January 2015. That's where the dollar is sitting at right now. This is a level that we didn't necessarily anticipate because when we had, let's say, November of 2016, everything was rising, everything was doing well, and it has taken a major turn ever since. Looking at this is quite interesting, in fact. When you compare gold and look at this, when you see the prices here, look at this curve, right? And then coincidentally, might be hard to read, this is the USD and the Japan yen. Look at how exact it has been mirroring gold. It is very interesting to see that. I don't know exactly what they're up to, but I know that they have computer algorithms that are running this to ensure that they stay in their most accurate and concise form. I know that you out there will find this all interesting as well. I'd like to know what you think about that. That's all for this video. I'll end it there. If you found it informative, please give me a thumbs up. In fact, if you think that there is gold manipulation happening, I'd like to know. And if you think there's gold in Fort Knox, I'd like to know. And I'd also like to know if you think that it really matters, whether the gold is there or not. Just something that I've been curious to know from my subscribers. So please do so in the comments below, and I will reply to you, of course, as always. If you found this video informative, I know you'll find my books, The Money GPS, and my new release, Global Economic Collapse, even more informative. You can flip through these books at Amazon. Links are in the description below. Take care.